This was something that I really discovered on my manifesting journey. So I found out about the law of attraction about 7 years ago now. And at that point, I had depression, I felt suicidal, I didn't know how to love myself, like a completely different person and place where I am now, of course. And, when I was going along my manifesting journey, I would manifest some things, like it would just feel like easy, like money, for example. But my love life, very, very different. Like the results were very different because my mindset and my beliefs and my trauma and the resistance there was very polar opposite to like money, for example. So every single person, every single human being has limiting beliefs, fears, and blocks. We all carry them around with us. And we develop these from a very young age, from ages 0 to 7, traditionally or normally, because our brains are essentially like sponges. And we're basically going around from those ages saying, yes, yes, yes. So how our parents interact with money, we're going, ooh, that's how money is. How our parents and caregivers act with love and relationships. Ooh, that's how a relationship should look. So we're kind of like absorbing all these things from our caregivers, our parents, our family, or even schools, our friendships at that age. And then by the age of 7, we kind of have these core beliefs and patterns. And it's not exclusive, obviously. Great. It's fantastic that we have neuroplasticity because it means that we can change these beliefs up until our absolute last breath. So we're not stuck with these, but obviously it's important that we can have awareness of, okay, I do have that belief around money, or I do have that block around relationships. And these limiting beliefs, fears, and patterns that we pick up will then start to project out into our experiences. So this is why you might hear people say, oh, you manifested it, because that's the belief you have. And I think I don't personally agree with that law of attraction teaching, because I think it's quite harmful. I think it's quite toxic positivity. And I think it also then pushes people into this like blame and victim mentality where they're like, oh, this really awful thing happened to me, I must have manifested it. And I just want to say to people, maybe you did, maybe you didn't. The world is so much more complex than that. Yeah. And the universe has 7 energetic laws of the universe. The law of attraction is one of 7. There's a law of polarity. There's so many different energetic laws that contribute to our experiences here on earth, whether that's a soul contract, whether that's whatever. I don't think we're ever meant to know all the intricacies of how the universe works and how our lives pan out. And I think when we fall into that trap of blaming ourselves for something happening and saying, well, I manifested it to myself, we're never going to get out of that place where we can change that belief, because we're just going to fear it happening again. And it is a fearful place to be, because if you're worried like something bad happened, like maybe some debt or some bad money management, and then you're like, well, I manifested that to me because of my money mindset, you're going to go around fearing it happening again. And then it probably will just keep manifesting in different ways, because that's the energy and vibration that you're carrying. So take the blame off yourself. What is for you can never pass you by. And having the awareness of, okay, what energy and what vibration am I putting towards my money, my relationships? That is taking that self-accountability and that ownership to be like, well, that's maybe how I felt about money up until this point, but I can change that too. So you might find that your relationship with money reflects one of your parents. This is very something common that I see, where I say to my clients, right, think about your mom's relationship with money, or your caregivers, or your dad's. And they're like, oh my gosh, yes, I reflect my mom so much. And this is how those patterns really start to kind of project out into our life as an adult and, moving forwards. So any patterns or beliefs, we're going to carry those through each relationship, like I was, or through each circumstance, until we learn the lesson, but also until we have that awareness to change the story and change the belief that's there.